you believe that shit? I did this whole video a minute ago, and in the upload process, it looked like I was uploading 2 different versions. So I deleted one of the versions and it deleted both of them. I don't understand how that happened. But let me do a quicker version of what I already did, I guess. Years and years ago, I did a video called What About Warlock? It didn't really, disagree too much with the term, but I went with the conventional wisdom, the stuff that I was taught. What all witches were taught is that warlock was a word that meant oath breaker, and what that meant was somebody that broke their oath to their coven, and as such, they're branded a traitor, and branding them warlock called for their death. Yeah, I see people saying I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm glad so many people tuned in the last video. I lost it on the upload. I fucked something up. So pardon me if I repeat myself. I'll try not to say the exact same thing so that the people that just tuned in will be listening, or you won't be bored hearing the same shit again. But I have a big thing about truth. And we were taught a great many things by our ancestors, like, let's see, Wicca. Wicca was an ancient Anglo-Saxon word that meant wise. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. There were several words that meant wise, and they, put them all in a blender and came out with Wicca. Like, Witta. Witta was an Anglo-Saxon word that meant wise. Yeah. But that's not how they got it. A big thing about truth. I revere my ancestors, I respect my ancestors, but I don't worship my ancestors, and I don't believe that everything that they said was right, and that they were correct, and that they had the ultimate wisdom on the planet, and that everything they did was correct. I'm not an ancestor worshiper. Some of my more recent ancestors in Wicca fucking lied. They lied to support their case. We were brought up in conjunction with this oath breaker thing, that 9 million people died during the burning times. 9 million people were killed under the charge of witchcraft. Now we're in the information age. We can find out everything. There's statistics. There's records. There's nothing to support those numbers. Yeah, persecution happened, but those numbers were inflated to support their case. That's using false statistics to make your case. As soon as you do that in a court of law or anywhere else in society, everything that you said is out the window. You have no more credibility once you've been caught lying to support your case. Your statistics don't fucking add up. So, based on a lie. There's, plenty of persecution. Now, the last I checked, the translation, the accepted translation now for the word warlock from Oxford is a bender of words. And I find myself an extreme bender of words. I'm a poet, a musician, a writer. When I write my statement of intent, I'm bending words all over the fucking place to make it mean the perfect fucking thing, to be the perfect fucking statement of intent that I could possibly come up with, to perfectly say what I'm trying to say, right? So I could accept a bender of words. I'm cool with that. But here's the thing. There are many prominent male witches reclaiming the word warlock. And as far as I know, I'm the only heterosexual male witch doing that. So it kind of sets me apart. All the ones that I know of, they just happen to be gay. I don't know if that really has anything to do with it. I just happen to notice that. But one of the most prominent ones, and the most known, is Christian Day. And Christian Day's... he's a friend of mine, respected by many, hated by many. The thing with Christian Day that I found is the man has integrity and honesty. And I believe you have to have that to work with spirits and gods. They know you're a liar if you're a liar. They're not going to listen to you. And maybe that's part of his problem. He's honest to a fault. You know, if he thinks you're a cunt, he'll tell you you're a cunt. And then you're going to stir up a whole bunch of fucking problems and, you know, start a fucking flame war on him. But I respect the guy. I like the guy. He's a friend of mine. Oh, and also, you know, he's one of the wealthiest witches out there. He's doing better than all of you out there. And a lot of people that hate him just hate him because they're jealous. For one, I'd love to have his fucking money. I'd love to be half as successful as Christian Day. I want to take fabulous vacations. I want to live in a cool fucking house. I own several shops and not have to be there all fucking day to run them. Whoa! Shit, aim fucking high, man. But with all his money, he put out a reward to anybody that could prove that Warlock meant oathbreaker in the context that they were breaking the oaths with their coven. His contention is that if it means oathbreaker, it probably meant that you broke your oaths to the Christian church to join the witches. Now, nobody's collected the money. It's been years. It's been at least 5 years. Hello, occult fam. I don't know how many of you saw this video, but I had to reshoot it because something went wrong. But let's see. I got to finish up because my kids are gonna be out of school pretty soon. So, for the reasons that the dislike of the word warlock within the craft community, I have found not to be based on facts. I have reclaimed the word warlock. I am the Hollywood Warlock, and I will use that terminology. I'll slip up and call myself a witch sometimes. But here's the other thing, and I gotta really bust into this now. There's this other thing, okay? One of the other reasons that I'm reclaiming the word warlock is to set myself apart from many feminist witches out there that have not spoken up against man-hating by craft elders. This has gone on my whole life in witchcraft. We were taught that, you know, women were abused so much throughout history that now we're in a religion where they have equality. We need to give them some slack. They need to let off some steam. They're going to say some ugly shit, but we just need to let that slide. Okay, did that. Over 40 fucking years now I did that. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not okay. It's bigotry. Now, men can't say sexism when they're talking about women, and white people can't say racism when they're talking about black people. They can't say that they're being racist. But you know what? Bigotry is all-encompassing. If you hate somebody for their religion, for their sex, or for their race, you're a bigot. You're a bigot, you're a bigot, you're a bigot. And it shouldn't just be men speaking about this shit. Now Z Budapest is out there spewing the same fucking hatred she spewed my whole life, the same man-hating fucking rhetoric, and now she hates transgenders. I always say the fucking word wrong, but you know, men that have transgendered to be women. Transgender women, I think that's how you say it. But now she hates them too. And too many women within the craft go along with it. They may not support it, but they don't speak out against it. The people that I see speaking out against this are men, and that should not be the case. I've spent my entire life as a goddess worshiper, primarily friends with women. All of my friends in high school were women, and all their boyfriends wanted to kick my ass because they thought I was fucking their girlfriends. And I was not fucking their girlfriends because I was too stupid. I didn't know that I had a shot. I woke up a little late on that fucking angle. But I have always supported women. I am primarily a goddess worshiper. It wasn't until way late in my craft that I spent any time with the gods, spent any time with any male deities, male spirits. I didn't like men. Didn't like men. I was a self-loathing penis carrier. But it's not fucking okay. It's not fucking okay. And if you're a woman, you should speak up when that shit happens. You should speak up for your fucking brothers. It's not okay. You hate somebody for their sex, for their religion, for their race. It's not okay in any fucking context. And I have chosen the name Warlock for those reasons. I want to distance myself from that shit and reclaim my masculinity and my position as a man in the craft. And I think I talked about this one. I got a couple minutes here, but I always remember when I started at the first witch store in Santa Cruz. This was after like having well over 20 years of experience serving the craft. When this young lesbian witch walked in the store and looked at me and said, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I paused and I chose my words to be the most offensive words that I could come up with. I said, "Honey, I've been worshiping the goddess since before you were a sperm." Eventually we became friends. We had to have a little icebreaker there and firmly establish our positions. So I got to get out of here. I got to go do father shit. Okay, you know, men do father shit too. You know, we're not just a lower species of life. We don't just bring war. We're not just responsible. Z Budapest just said a couple weeks ago to me on Facebook, 98% of the crime in America is committed by males. This was a false statistic, easily undone when I Googled it, and it was more like almost 70%. Almost 70%. But nonetheless, she used a false statistic to support her case, and that makes her case absolute bullshit. I am Uncle Birch. I am Michael Carell. I am Phil. And I am not full of bullshit. I'm the Hollywood Warlock. Thanks for joining us.